Hey, what's going on, social media world? Are you a top or a bottom? This is going to be I want to call it a sexually explicit video, but I don't, it's not like going to be raunchy, but it's a point. I was having a conversation with somebody online, and it reminded me my feelings on this particular subject. First, I want to get this out there. I actually, even though in personal conversations I might sometimes talk a lot about sex, I really, I've been told that I'm wrong for having this point of view, but I really try to not give it to just anyone. And I know that this is 2012, and who actually does that? But I kind of like the idea of saving that aspect of myself for the person who will be the person to go the distance with me. So, and I know, that's like so idealistic of me, and I seem so naive to feel that way. And it's not that I have never gone all the way, I have. But I decided to reclaim my virginity and start it over again. I decided to restart my virginity and give it a fresh start. No, I'm kidding. You can't restart your virginity, of course, but you can decide to limit how much you give, when you give, and stuff like that. So anyway, all of that to say, I sort of like the idea of that experience being an experience that the person who shares it with me can be like, wow, it's nice that you've not given this experience to every single Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. So, so that's just how I feel about that. Call me a conservative traditionalist who's ironically same gender loving. It is what it is. But yeah. So, are you top, bottom, or verse? Anyway, my feelings on that, and like I said, in spite of all of that, my actual actions sexually, I will talk about sex a bit, quite a bit, sometimes. I'm not going to say quite a bit, but I have no problem discussing it. We're adults here, right? Oh yeah, this video should be viewed by adults only. Okay. I I remember even years ago talking with one of my schoolmates when I was in college about it, and I was like, "You see that guy over there? Like, you all would be good together, you get along well and all of that stuff." And I remember his response to me was like, "Please, we can't. Like, we're both bottoms. What would you like? There's nothing that can be done with that." And I'm like, what about the fact that you all get along and you like each other as human beings and stuff like that? And he was just like, no, we're sexually incompatible. And I was talking with somebody about that online just now, like years later, and they said the same thing. They were like, people are looking for, it's too much backstory to go through. But anyway, he was basically just saying, it's just like two bottoms. They're sexually incompatible. And when it comes to gay sex, it's not the same as a man and a woman, honestly. And with, like, okay, and this is what I said to him. you can have your preferences, perhaps, and things that you learned from your experiences that you enjoy more than other things that you've learned from experience that you don't enjoy. But it's not like it's physically impossible for you to ever enjoy such a thing or ever to learn to enjoy such a thing. Unlike a man and a woman, where physically, and this is the example that I used again. This is this is a video for adults only, but and I'll even put that on the thing. Physically, a man will not be able to enjoy the feeling of having a penis inside of his vagina because he's a man. Therefore, he does not have a vagina. There are hermaphrodites and all of that stuff. Yes, 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 yes. But in general, a man who is a man without a vagina will never be able to ever, pretty much, experience the pleasure of having a penis inside of his vagina. Just like a woman, and again, we understand hermaphrodites exist, but for the most part, a woman will never be able to experience the pleasure of her husband sucking her off. Sucking her penis. Okay, sorry, this is an adult video. If YouTube takes it down, whatever. I don't care. But I do care, and I feel like I'm making a relevant point that people need to be aware of, but, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so it's not that it's a physical impossibility for you to ever, like, if you classify yourself as a bottom, it's not like it's a physical impossibility for you to ever enjoy being a top or anything like that. And with that being said, I also acknowledge this, that when it comes to your relationships, and I still feel this way, and this is also why I don't classify myself sexual. Well, this is the second reason why I don't classify myself sexually. First reason, because I don't have sex like that. Second reason, because I've experienced both sides before, and even though there's one that I did enjoy more than the other at the time, this is years ago, you guys, years ago. I still don't classify myself because I feel that when you're in a relationship with somebody, and this is, again, maybe I'm just too idealistic, a hopeless romantic, but I feel that when you're in a relationship with somebody and you all actually care about each other as opposed to it being a hookup, I think whatever you think your preference might be, you all will find a way to satisfy each other, not only mentally, but also physically. And whatever that entails, maybe it never, ever involves either one of you and your personal, penis. But maybe it'll be another way, maybe you all will have the most sexiest makeout sessions ever, and it gets both of you off. Like, who knows, So I think when you block yourself on stuff like that, I think that you're blocking yourself unnecessarily, and it doesn't make much sense. But if you're looking for a quick hit and somebody that you want, a one-night stand, or maybe a stand that you're willing to work for a few weeks, maybe a month or so, but not much longer than that, then, I understand why you would want to classify yourself, because in those circumstances, you're not going to be concerned enough about the other person's feelings to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. So I understand that. But it's irrelevant to me because I'm not that type of person. It's going to take a while before you get into these pants. I'm just saying. And that's just me. And, some people are like, you're such a, conservative prude. I've been called a prude before. I've been called a tease before. But I don't know. It's just me. It's just how I am about the situation. I just feel that I don't know. I feel as though it would be better, and I might be completely wrong. I've even been told this by like family member, like a family member, a gay family member, that it's best to just go ahead and just get out there and just do it. He jokingly said, he was like, it's gonna be okay. You'll still be able to wear white to the wedding. It was funny, but yeah, no, that's just how I am when it comes to that. I feel as though it'll just be like, I feel as though the person for me, whoever they are, wherever they are, I feel as though they would value or at least appreciate that side of me. Now, I've dated quite a few people who dislike it and don't value it at all. And sometimes I have questioned my own position on it. And I've said, you know what, maybe I'm just being ridiculous and maybe I should just jump on the bandwagon and be like everybody else. But one thing that sticks with me is one of my friends who's been a friend of mine for years, actually. I remember when I was younger, when we were younger, early 20s, he was like, man, it makes no sense why you would do that, blah, 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 blah. In my early 20s, I was a little more active still. But that was when I started to feel like, you know what, I don't dig this. I want to save it. So like even in my early 20s, I started the process of thinking like, I'm gonna pull up. But I remember somewhat recently, I think when I was like 28 or something, and he would have been 29, he was like, you know what, I actually really respect your position on that. So that sort of has me feel like, you know what, there are people out there who do appreciate it, and maybe the person for me is somebody who will appreciate it. And even if they didn't necessarily choose to do that, and maybe they didn't, but they would still be like, you know what, I appreciate the fact that you have reserved this experience to the best of your ability. Because again, I'm not a virgin. I've restarted my virginity, but I'm not a virgin. But they would appreciate it. And then sometimes I'm like, well, maybe I need to get out there and get experience so I can make sure that it's good when we do it. But nah, not really. Nah. So hopefully, again, the person for me will appreciate it and not see it as an obstacle that they have to try to force me to change my mind about it and try to knock down that wall and call it a barrier and call it baggage and crap. Because that's people have done that to me before too, and that's whack. It's not baggage. It's not that. It's just a way that I feel. I feel that this video is almost done. Crap. But it's just how I feel, and I feel as though the person for me will not only respect that, but also appreciate it and not see it as something that they have to try to fight, see it as something that when the time is right, they'll be happy that the time was right and that they were patient with me, with us, because they saw the value in our future together. Anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, so... Oh, crap. I didn't even get to say that. All right, talk to y'all later. Peace. Be blessed. All right, now, this is going to be my PS part, okay? Because I think I can upload videos that are longer than 15 minutes on this channel because it's a legacy YouTube channel. But if not, I'll just have to cut it where I cut it right there. So anyway, one line that I thought was the cutest and funniest line was on somebody's profile, and I've talked with this person. I've had online conversation with this person, and they're a cool person. And I think I even hit them up and told them that that was funny. I might not have hit them up and told them that. I don't know who hit who up, but whatever. But what they said was, yeah, I'm a bottom, sorry. But so that means I need a top or a verse top because what could two bottoms do for each other? I mean, what are we gonna do? Rub our butts together? And I was just like, what? Like that's silly to me. But people feel that way, you know. Like there are people who feel that way. But again, it's not like a man and a woman where the plumbing is just different. Like it's just physical difference. It's not an emotional feeling of what feels different. It's literally a physical difference. Anyway, so yeah, that's it there. Also, I just wanted to share that anecdote too because I thought that was cute and funny. He was like, "What are we gonna do? Rub our butts together?" Yeah. Okay. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Peace. Be blessed. Hallelujah.